So you've actually followed me on Twitter like this whole time.
Okay, amazing.
Since 2014, but I was looking at my tweets to you, and this was like a couple of weeks after Pride, and I said, I'll be in the Midwest, but can you follow me to make up for the sadness I'm feeling? And then
I did.
And then 2 days later, I said, can you follow me so we can be BFFs forever? It was all capitals.
See?
Like I was, so yeah.
See? And now we're here.
I didn't ask again, so. I think 2018 was like my last traveling concerts year. And then ever since then, I'm like permanently like bedridden and I can't walk, I can't travel. So like those like memories and those experiences like are everything to me, to be able to like look back on my traveling days.
Of course.
And I traveled alone so much. Like that was my favorite thing, was to fly by myself. And
I love to go see concerts by myself and just like go anywhere. It's one of my favorite experiences. Well, so are you in Wisconsin now?
No, I live in Connecticut. So my mom and I are both from Wisconsin. So I spent a lot of like summers there growing up. And now we've been in Connecticut for a long time, but we still think of that as like kind of home. It just feels very home. So, and all of our family is there too. So yeah,
amazing. Yeah, because I was going to say Capital Pride, DC, you had to travel for that one too.
Yeah, so that was really fun because my best friend and I took a train from Connecticut to Boston, and then we all drove from Boston that one I flew there, but there was one that I took a train and we drove there, and it was kind of just all these different experiences that are combined, like when I did have those days to travel and go to concerts, and it felt very like normal, I guess, for me to be able to just like, now I'm taking a train and now I'm gonna fly to this state, and a lot of times it was like places I've never been to before, and navigating airports and different cities, and just that meant a lot to be able to do those things. And like I was just very grateful, like even though so much has changed now, like I'm grateful that I had those experiences, because like a lot of people with FOP, like they don't even get that opportunity. They don't either like their mobility doesn't allow them to, or just like where they are in their life, they can't do it financially or otherwise. And so I was just really glad I had all of that I could do, and just so much fun. And being able to like, sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, just being able to like, I think at Capital Pride, like we stood like for probably like 12 hours or something. Like, and we were right in the front.
That was a long day. And do you remember, I think wasn't Rita Ora played that night? Wasn't she the headliner? I think I remember that.
Yeah,
that was a really fun show.
There was a bunch of people. I think Bonnie McKee was there.
Bonnie McKee was there too. I remember that was my first time meeting Bonnie. Yes, I do remember all of that.
Was a fun day.
That was such a special show, and I met so many people that now I'm friends with and have gotten to work with and all that at that show. So of course it's perfect that you were there, Jasmine. You're all together experiencing it.
And after that show, for the year after that, what music were you listening to all year? We were talking about that before.
Definitely your debut EP. That was
a long time ago. It's so crazy. Because that would have been before even my album. I think I was wow.
Yeah, I was like obsessed with that. That was all I listened to.
Oh my God,
I was at my friend's house in Maryland. That's where I stayed. And I remember like she was working all day. And I just listened to your album, and I just like did my own thing in her house.
Yeah.
It was
just
really
on repeat, 4 songs on repeat. Yeah.
Like I just felt like I lived there. That was my house. Like it was just fun. Yeah.
Like an alternate reality for a day. Yeah. You're like, okay, in this life, I'm going to hang out in this house and I'm going to listen to Betty Who all day.
I just remember like, I'd go like outside and be like, this would be nice to live here. Like it just felt very like surreal. Because there was nothing I could do. I couldn't leave or do anything. So yeah, it was fun though.
Yeah. And I remember when you were telling me, Jasmine, about how moved you were by Betty Who when you saw her at that concert. You were saying she's just so approachable. She connects with the audience. I just felt like she loved everybody there, really. And
I really do. Yeah.
My best friend,
like
my friend was like asking you something, and you just like talk to us like just like a normal person. Like I look at a lot of people that are like on
some
stage.
People aren't normal. Yeah,
I know. Like some people on stage, like they might hear the audience or they hear something, but they don't really acknowledge or they don't answer. It's like a really like just a small answer, like one word answer or something, but you were just like talking and like conversing and stuff. It was really cool.
It must be it's very Australian in me. I feel like I just got back from Australia, and I think that's definitely where that comes from.
Yeah.
I started doing it more and more. Actually, sometimes my tour manager has to come over and be like, come on, we got to play music. Come on, wrap it up. Stop gabbing. So I'm glad you like it, because some people give me a tough time about it.
Oh no, it matters for sure.
Yeah, it does.
What was it like to be back in Australia?
Oh yeah, it was really, really special. It was a big week. Going to the other side of the world for 5-6 days is kind of a commitment. So I definitely wish that I'd had more time to sort of adjust and sleep and maybe enjoy myself. But that's kind of a luxury we didn't have this time, but I was really just grateful. It's been so long, especially with COVID and we were kind of all inside the house and doing our thing. And so I think it was really nice. It felt really crazy to it was a 15-hour flight, that I haven't been on a plane that long in a long time. So it was really special. And I got to walk around, and it smells the same as it did when I was a kid, which was something I wasn't expecting. Like I got off the plane in Sydney and I was like, oh my gosh, it reminds me so much of being a kid. So I had a lot of sort of flashbacks and a lot of nice moments about that.
Yeah. It must be nice to be a global citizen.
Yeah.
Like anywhere could be your home, especially Australia and the States.
I'm very lucky because I have both passports too, so it makes it easy to come and go from Australia and America, because as you know, my dad's Australian and my mom's American, and so I was born very lucky with the two citizenships. So my husband and I talk a lot about how we would like to spend more time in Australia, maybe even live there when we're older. So we do talk about that.
Oh, nice.
Is there somewhere, Jasmine, that in the world that you've always wanted to go that you maybe haven't gone?
Well, my favorite place, the last place I was able to travel was Costa Rica, which,
oh my gosh, tell me all about it. I've always wanted to go to Costa Rica. I've never been.
It's so amazing. It's I think it was like central Costa Rica, so it was like pretty much perfect weather. There was one part of it that was like really hot. But
I've heard it can get pretty hot down there.
Really hot. Yeah. But for the most part, it was felt like kind of like California weather, like San Diego area. Which is that was my favorite city to travel, is San Diego. Costa Rica, we went to a couple animal sanctuaries, like rehabilitation. It's cool. We saw
what kind of animals
sloths,
did you see? Yeah. Oh my
baby
gosh.
sloths that were orphaned on the road and were rescued, and they're so cute. They were climbing onto their person, climbing up her sweater. It was so cute. And
have you seen the video of Kristen Bell crying about the sloths?
Yes.
Because they're so cute. Yes.
Yeah,
okay, that's how I feel about sloths
too. They're so sweet. It was really fun. It was actually a tour that I had with my friend. So it was another really cool opportunity from sharing my story. Actually, I was contacted by someone and they wanted to help me facilitate, organize this trip, because he knew that how important traveling was for me.
Yeah.
And that was actually my first and only time out of the country. So that was really special that I was able to do that. And it was I think it was 10 days too.
Oh wow, really, see, you got more time than I did in Australia. You had a whole experience.
Yeah, it was really nice. Yeah.
I'm so jealous. That sounds amazing. I would love to go to Costa Rica one day. And when I go, I'll think of you, Jasmine. I'll be like,
yeah,
she told me about this place.
Try to go. Yeah, it's really great. Yeah.
That sounds so fun. Wow. I know there are a couple places where we're about to go on tour and I have never been to Amsterdam and I've always wanted to go.
Yeah.
We're not going at a good time. We're going to go in the middle of winter. So it's going to be freezing.
Oh.
And I don't think it's going to be as picturesque as it might be in the summertime, but I have never been and I've always wanted to go. So that's like, I love when my job and getting to sing takes me to places in the world that I've never been before. I feel like that's should be one of the perks and like a cool thing that I get to do. And so there are lots of places, like especially in America, I've been so many, I've been to almost all 50 states. I haven't been to Alaska yet, but I think I've been to all 49 states. And but there are lots of places outside of America, obviously, that I've never been. And so I get to do some of that this year, which I'm really excited about.
That sounds cool. Do you have like a favorite area or country?
In the States, actually, you were at Capitol Pride. DC is like probably my favorite city to play. Maybe it started at Capitol Pride. I don't really know how it happened, but I just I have this amazing there's people who show up and come and see us and give us the best sort of welcome. It really feels like this home away from home. It's really strange. I never expected it, because you hear about like New York and LA and I have friends there and you would expect it, but DC is going to be actually our biggest show of the tour. So as far as the States, that's definitely my favorite place.
Yeah. That's cool.
I'm super excited. Although playing Sydney and Melbourne was really cool too, because that was the first time I've been back in Australia playing a show the way that we play shows now. And so the last time I was there, I was on a tour. I opened up for Katy Perry, which was so crazy. So I was on tour with her in Australia, but that was in 2014. That was like the last time I saw you, Jasmine. It was a long time ago.
Was that the last time you were there, or you visited since then?
I had visited since, but I hadn't played any like real shows. So I think the last time I was there was 2016 or 17. And then I'd had plans to go back in 2020. Course, and then so many people had plans. Was COVID must have been was that extra difficult for you? Sort of, do you have to like isolate because how did that go for you? I know that COVID was a big experience for most people.
So my FOP flare-ups started in the beginning of 2019, and then I ended up having to go to the hospital for 3 weeks, and then I was actually had to be transferred to a nursing home. And it ended up being like through COVID, like it was a year and a half.
Gosh.
So I was at a nursing home during COVID. Yeah. So that was my experience. It was like there was nowhere else for me to go. Unfortunately, like they don't have anything for young adults or people that have like serious illnesses that are like younger than a certain age and
and then
can't go back to their home. Like I needed 24/7 care. I needed a nurse. I needed a doctor. And if I had gone back to my house, I wouldn't have had any of that. And I couldn't have even like navigated my house. Like at that point, like my progression was like really gradual. Like it was like my right thigh, and then it just kept going back and forth between my legs and my different parts of my legs, and ended up just completely locking them. And now I can't bend anything really, my knees or my hips, my ankles. So that was like really traumatizing. That was like my entire 2019 and 2020 was that. And then I also had another flare-up, a major flare-up, my arm locked. So I was alone during that flare-up in 2020. So my mom couldn't visit me for, it was at least 7 months during that time, from like March 2020 till October, which is when I finally went home. So that's like a whole blur. Like I know everyone talks about it, like it's all of that is a blur, and it's like a major that's like
extra
10
for you.
Well,
and so were you happy? You must have been so happy to get to go home after all of that time.
Yeah, I definitely was happy. It's kind of bittersweet because since I've been home, we haven't been able to find enough care. Like I have one caregiver besides my mom, but we never wanted it to land on my mom, and it's all on her. So like that's a lot of like stress. That's just a lot for anyone to handle. And my care is complex and it's like ever changing. So we haven't been able to find
the right caregiver for you.
Anyone that's qualified. Like we work with an agency. I explain very thoroughly what I need, and they send someone who can't do what I need. And then so we go through all this process, and then we get to talking to this caregiver. They're like, oh, I can't do that. And we're just like, what? Like, that's a waste of time. Like,
that was the whole thing. I gave you a list of the things that we needed. I can't believe you can't do that thing.
Energy like trying to express what I needed. And then it's like we haven't always gotten that. So it's really been like maybe like 2 or 3 people out of like feels like 20 or 15 to 20 people that we've met and that haven't worked out. So it's that was kind of the unexpected part of coming home, was how difficult home care is. It's like unnecessarily stressful, and the excuse we get is like, oh, everywhere is short staffed because of COVID. No one wants to work because of COVID. It's all these like reasons that they give us. It's like, what, you want me to be home so I don't go back to a nursing home? That's the point. Like, and it's like not enough people are supporting that at all times. Like, they kind of just expect my mom, so they think of my mom like, oh, she's there. She can help, like she's there. And it's not indefinite. That's impossible.
This is a universal issue. It's a universal issue, and has been for a long time, and it's made worse with COVID.
Of course.
And so we do what we can to help make things better, and not the best they could be always. But is there anything other than caregiving that you need, Jasmine, that you and your mom are wanting that would make life a little easier? A dream caregiver or two.
I mean, long term, our goal with our future goal is to eventually find a way to like have a different housing situation that is like more like open floor plan, so I'm able to like actually leave my bedroom. I haven't left my bedroom since it's like May, like 2 Mays ago, like just 2021, I think May
2021.
And I haven't been outside since then either. So if I think that would be the dream, the huge dream would be a way for me to be able to transfer to something probably custom made besides a wheelchair, where I'm able to like have more freedom, whether it was like I could be wheeled around my house in this like bed type thing, or have like a open porch area, or that's like the ultimate dream for my quality of life, because I've been really struggling like mentally for a while, just with like, I think day to day I'm functioning, but then thinking long term, it's really hard for me to see a future, because I know I'm just getting worse being here in this bed. I have a lot of skin issues from being bedridden, and I have venous insufficiency. So basically, like every time I'm standing, I have like the most severe like shooting pain in my feet, and like they're really, really dark purple, like brown purple colored, and so much pain. And I can't enjoy doing anything. I can't be out of bed doing anything because I'm in pain. Like, and I can tell my mood like instantly changes. Like I feel so like just angry and like upset. I don't want to be standing, and I still have to like kind of put that in the back of try to put the pain in the back of my head, because I have bed baths, I have eating, I have things I have to do. Like, it's obviously important, it's my routine, and it's a lot of like just trying to get through the day. Basically, like the energy I spend standing, I'm like completely like exhausted by the time I'm in bed, and sometimes I'm like I can fall asleep at like 10 a.m. because I'm so tired, like just from standing. It's something that like it's probably been the hardest thing
it must
lately.
Be so frustrating.
And I think it's even harder because my FOP specialist said that this isn't caused by FOP. So like there's no one else that he knows of that has this, at least like the same way I do. So then that makes me think like, well, why do I have it? Like other people have had the same flare up, and even are bedbound, but might not have the insufficiency as bad as I do with the darkened feet. But I haven't been able to get like further testing. I can't go anywhere to get that if there even was something. So that's been really hard for me.
I can only imagine. I'm so sorry, Jasmine.
Yeah, thank you.
Well,
but there might be other things besides that that are not as drastic.
Well, these are some of the most difficult problems that you're dealing with. And thanks to our conversation today, maybe we'll get some creative minds to come together and see what they come up with, and some generous people who help you and your mom.
Well, and I totally understand you not wanting to, your mom sounds like she really, makes an effort to really like support and show up for you. But, it's so that, of course, I understand you being like, it shouldn't be up to my mom to have to do all of this by herself. And so I think it sounds like a really beautiful relationship you guys have, that she can sort of show up for you, and you also have sort of that understanding of you wanting to take care of her as well. So I'm really like thoughtful about the two of you and the kind of the strength that you both have to be going through what you guys are going through. So I'm sending all of my love to both of you.
Thank you. Yeah, she's been really incredible, and just kind of has found like solace in that this is where God has her right now, and like we're a team, and we do struggle a lot, but we are able to like just fight through and try to navigate any new challenge and things that come up that's completely like just so unexpected that this even happened. And she was with me, like she stayed with me the entire time of my hospital stay. She slept in like that chair that's in the hospital room, and then stayed even at the nursing home several weeks at a time when I needed her. And I just would
moms
love
are amazing,
for,
aren't they?
Is she there? Is she there with you right now?
No, she's actually not.
Oh gosh. I was like, Mom, where are you?
I know.
Mom.
And she actually had to stop working. She worked at a different nursing home as like activities department, and had a great great team like that she works with, and great boss, but had to ultimately stop working part-time because she needed to be here with me. And so that was really hard, I think, for her, and me knowing that like she is the best, that the one that knows me the best, because she's seen every phase of this that no one else could even imagine how
conceptualize
how much has changed. So it's not just like you can look at it, and I think some people can look at me and they think that they can help me move, but like you actually can't. Like there's very specific ways that you can help me, and it's not to just like manipulate my leg. It literally doesn't move. Like you can't. I've had people try to do that, but for her, like we have this unspoken understanding.
She understands. She's been there
beautiful.
to tell her from us that we're so grateful for her and everything she does, and we I'm going to be thinking about the two of you a lot.
Yes, thank you so much.
Of course. And tell all your friends that you made at Capitol Pride too. All of your friends, for all the Carmenites and everybody.
Yes.
That I hope you tell them how cool and fun it was that we got to hang out. So jealous, I hope.
Oh, and well, this is off topic, but with Queen Herbie, they invited me to their video shoot, which was another really for Sade in the 90s.
Yeah.
And those kind of experiences, like they're so special, and being able, I kind of can like imagine now like the music videos like that you guys do, and like everything that goes on behind the scenes, and that was really amazing. And But I was thinking
so
of like
glad.
all my friends that like love you so much, and they're gonna find out that we talked, and they're just gonna be like so excited. I think for me, they're gonna be so happy and also jealous. But
I love to make people jealous. It's my favorite thing. I'm always like, when people come to shows and they're like, "Can you send a video to my brother?" Like, he's gonna be so jealous. I'm like, absolutely. It's my favorite thing.
That's great.
So now everybody's gonna be jealous of us, Jasmine.
It does make the person feel very special when you do things like that, like videos and things.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your big loving heart, Jess.
Please, it's my genuine pleasure to be with you.
Yeah. Jasmine and I will be talking about this for a long time.
I'm so grateful that I got to spend this time with you, and it feels like a full circle now that since Capitol Pride at DC all those years ago that we get to be together.
One more thing I wanted to say.
Please.
So you've actually followed me on Twitter like this whole time.
Okay. Amazing.
Since 2014, but I was looking at my tweets to you, and this was like a couple of weeks after Pride, and I was laughing. I found it yesterday, and it was like all capitals. I wrote, you must have been on tour. I said, "I'll be in the Midwest, but can you follow me to make up for the sadness I'm feeling?" And then
I did.
And then 2 days later, I said, "Can you follow me so we can be BFFs forever?" It was all capitals.
See?
Like I was, so yeah.
See, and now we're here.
I didn't ask again, so
that must have been it. Because I wanted to be BFFs forever.
I guess so.
I also think that BFF means best friend forever. So now we're best friends forever. Yeah, exactly.
I know, it was so funny. I was like, why? I think I was like 22. Now I'm 29 now. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, I turned 32 this year, so we're almost the same age. We're almost there.
I know, I'm turning 30 in May.
Oh my gosh, the big 30, babe. How are we gonna celebrate? What are we gonna do?
I don't even know. I've never been one to like have people that come together for my birthday. That's kind of been the pattern, sadly. But I'm not sure. I have no plans.
Tell me when your birthday is.
It's May 25th.
May
25th. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, we know now.
Yeah.
The big 3-0, babe. That's gonna be so great. I'll tell you, Jasmine, also, when I turned 30, I don't know, I was just like, this feels really right. I don't know. My 20s were really, I feel like you could definitely relate to this. 20s could be really difficult.
Yeah.
And you've had especially the last couple of years. So I'm hoping that 30 will just like bring a breath of fresh air to you. It definitely did to me.
Yeah, I hope so. Thank you.
Yeah. It feels nice to be, I don't know. I think getting older is awesome. I'm super into it.
Yeah. It's a huge blessing. Like I've always thought of it as like a privilege to get older.
Yeah,
definitely.
I think, and I think that's a lesson that we can probably take from you, and we can all remember a little bit more, is that all of us are really, really, for each day that we get. And so I'm really inspired by how you seem to live every day to your fullest, and especially you got out and saw all your concerts and you did all your bits before. I think it's really, really special, and I'm so glad you had those experiences, and we'll have to when we go on tour, we'll have to figure out some kind of live stream or something. We got to bring the show to you.
Yeah, I would love that. I would love if every concert had that, because I feel like that's right? Especially now with where we're at, with people needing to be home, and it's so much more accessible if you have a stream. It's just it's such a simple thing, but it means a lot.
So Jasmine, one of my favorite things to do at home, just because I'm obsessed and I love live music as well, is I watch I love tour DVDs and documentaries and sort of old shows. And so one of the Britney Spears Live in Las Vegas HBO special is one of my favorites. Do you have any concert DVDs that you love? Because that's one of my favorite things to do, is sit at home and watch these kind of shows from years past, Madonna in the 80s. Oh man, nothing beats it.
I would say Taylor Swift, because her concerts were really incredible. I think I saw her 3 times, and I'm so sad I can't go to this one. But again, she should do the stream, because then that would be really awesome. And you could feel like you're there. And it's I love when performers they go all out. You can tell that you and Amy spend so much time like the details, like really finalizing and being very, very thoughtful with how your show is going to look for your audience and just making it really amazing for them. Because we literally, like, we talk about it for weeks. Like, we'll talk about like specific little details, like, remember when this happened, and then make eye contact, and like all this little things. And it brings us so much joy. Like, I know my friends and I, we always like made a list in our phone, and then we'd like go through it at the end of the day and just have like just so much fun. And so many great memories from those times.
That makes me so happy.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, we'll have to, I'll definitely, I'll get to thinking on trying to, because I've always wanted to make like a, recording of a performance or something. We've never really done that with a full show. And I definitely think that this tour is going to be hopefully my best one yet. And I've always, I've been thinking about wanting to do something like that. So now I have double reason, because I'm like, Jasmine's got to see this one, you guys.
Good luck with rehearsals.
Jasmine, it's so nice to meet you. Thank you. I know we go into rehearsals for tour very soon. It's all happening. So I'll be thinking, I'll have to like make sure when I'm agonizing over every detail, I'll be thinking about you, Jasmine, and people like you who see all the details, and you're like talking about it after, being like, remember when she did this? And I'll be thinking about that. So
if anyone gives you any grief, you can like really be adamant that it matters.
Tell me about it. I'm sure there will be a lot of people giving me a lot of grief about the detail, and I will say, people notice. Jasmine noticed, so this is important.
It is.
Thank you so much for having me and for taking your time today to hang out with me. It's been such a pleasure.
Thank you.
Yeah. Sending so much love, and I hope Sharon will keep us in touch and keep me updated, okay?
Yeah.
You got it. Thanks again.
Thank you so much.
So nice to meet you, Jasmine.
You too.
Love
so
you so
nice
much.
to meet you.
You too. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.